Hiya, Wagger here. Trad rats beware. It's clickbait really, but hey. The thing is about traditional equipment is that you can actually scratch the frames with it, and that's what I've been doing for a while. Don't anymore because I've modified my equipment. I'll show you what I mean anyway. You see the frames typically like this. If I can just get the camera right. There you go. You see these edges here. When you come to clean the window, wet it up, you come along, don't you? And at this specific point, you see this bit here, a bit of the channel is actually quite sharp. See this bit here? And that will often contact with the frame. I mean, some people can cut in a lot better, but if you can't reach properly, that's still gonna hit it there. And if you're really going for it, you can hear it. I know you shouldn't do that, but if you didn't know that, that's what can happen. It doesn't show up for a while, but after a while you'll see a lot of black scratches, especially at the top left and right hand side of a window, particularly this style. With this, I don't know what degree this is, 30 degrees or something on this window frame here, but that's what happens with these edges here. Quite sharp really. But to get round that, you see this wagtail I've got. You can also get the Mormon accelerator and things like that. They have this shape as well. What happens there is that when you come to do the frame, it cuts right in there, right up against the rubber, right up against the edge there. It's not contacting the white part of the frame whatsoever. You can see that there really clearly, I'm sure. Let's just see if I can adjust this camera a bit and then perhaps see it a bit better. See how accurate that is? It's basically the same angle as you come down. It's fantastic really. You can actually have the blade, you don't have to cut in as much. You can come down like this and it'll still go right up to the edge. Whereas the other one, traditional one here, what will happen here, apart from touching the edge of the frame sometimes, you can see that there, it will often push the actual blade, rubber blade, away from the side of the frame, so you've got a line down there. In fact, that's quite close, this one, but it's still a line towards the accuracy of the wagtail or other modified channels, squeegees. Now what you can actually do, if you look at this, it's square on, isn't it? As opposed to the wagtail, which has an angle. You can actually cut this as well if you want to. You can still do stainless steel. It'll make quite a bit of difference. Okay. And also if you dog ear it, I mean, this is the Unger S Plus, and there's like a bit of a dog ear in here, you can see that. It does actually help. With the wagtail I've got the splits in the end and it's slightly bent up. If you don't fancy doing that, you should give the Mormon accelerator a try, and you might be surprised. It'll take you a bit of getting used to, but I really can't go back to these because I know this is superior in every single way really. Except for maybe the quality. The quality of this is incredible, it'll last for years, whereas the wagtail is a little bit more delicate. Well, this can last for a few years as well, but it tends to drop to pieces after a while. It's no bad thing, it's a good piece of equipment, and I use these all the time. Okay, so there you go, trad rats beware. You can actually scratch the frames, but if you angle the ends, that won't happen anymore. So it's job done for me.